So I'm gonna have to go with Ortiz 2 as one of my favorite because Deontay showed patience because he had to. He showed humility because he had to, because Ortiz is just at an elite level skillful wise. And power to me, it showed when it was necessary too. And when it was necessary, the fight was over. And what I mean by when it was necessary is when the opportunity presented itself. So Ortiz 2 is one of my favorite ones, even though Ortiz 1 was a better combative fight back and forth. But Ortiz 2 is one of my favorite because Deontay was very, very patient with a very, very dangerous guy. And not counting, he gave that same guy a rematch. That same dangerous guy, he gave him a rematch when he didn't have to. Ortiz never was his mandatory, so he chose to take on that tough opponent when a lot of guys was ducking him. BERMANE 2 is one of them because that's a statement fight. That's one of Deontay, if not his best statement fight. And what I like the most about that fight was the calmness that created all the havoc right there. BERMANE had his hands up, he went right through the guard with the 1-2, that went 1-2. That's art, the way that happened to me. Just that was such a creative space to me because his back was on the rope. He used the momentum from his right hook to get him off the rope. BERMANE was hurt from that right hook. So he's following Deontay. He followed Deontay off the rope and he's in the high guard. Deontay didn't hesitate and threw the 1-2 straight through the high guard. And then the way he walked off was impressive to me because his walk off was so calm and relaxed, like what created the situation to happen. It wasn't a walk off like, yeah, I told you, because that wasn't his temperament to make that havoc happen right there. You know what I mean? So I would say BERMANE 2 because he showed creativity. Even the finish, he did a shake and bake move to throw BERMANE off. He didn't even know where the next punch was coming from because foundationally wise, Deontay shook him to the left, to the right, and then when he went back to the right, he came with the right hook around the guard and up the middle and another straight right hand. I'm gonna go with DOMINIC BREAZALE. The reason I'm gonna go with DOMINIC BREAZALE because DOMINIC BREAZALE is extremely, extremely tough. Anybody that been in the ring with him know he's genuinely just a big, tough guy. And he's been in good fights, and he went back and forth with dangerous fighters. He went 5 or 6 rounds with Anthony Joshua. He had a good record. Him and Deontay had issues outside of the ring, real life issues, family. It was like a real, the tension for that fight was built up. And what I like about that fight was Deontay actually got hit with a good shot, being over anxious and following the guy attacking him. So what did Deontay do? He let BREAZALE tie him up, but at that same time he was tying him up, he also had just got hit with a shot. So a slight recovery, even if he wasn't hurt, he got hit with a 10-ounce glove by a heavyweight. So he didn't mind that clinch right there. The minute that he got his space, he closed that space, not just with his feet, with the 1-2, very, very fast. He closed his space and covered so much space in such short little time. His first step is probably the fastest I've ever seen from a big man. And he closed it, and he's very violent with his hips when he turned his right hand. He's very violent with his hips, and the rest was history what he did to BREAZALE, and that has never been done.
Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.